Greetings and welcome to Champs Racing League. This is the winter test number 1 here at Silverstone. My name is Vince, joined here by Stars. How you doing, Stars?
How's it going? Glad to be back.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. So this is going to be the first race. We're doing full quali. We're going to have 2 test races today and tomorrow. And as you know, Stars, we're just testing out the league format. We do have 16 people racing today, so we are doing a full quali. And
I'm gonna make sure for this weekend, no kinks because the league starts next season. Rough out the last second kinks. But that being said, let's jump straight into it. It looks like FRT Burrito. Oh, sorry, I know I butchered that name. I think he's Matt is his friend, so I'm pretty sure he's Portuguese. I butchered it. Looks like he's about to start the first hot lap here at Silverstone.
Let's tune into him. So I'm on board with him in the Haas.
I was up through the first sector, nice and tight to the apex, coming through clean. Keeps it tight, no over. Oh, a little bit of a wheel spin there. That's going to cost him maybe half a tenth, but not too much. Not too much to worry here. Comes down to the end of sector 1. That's a 27.6. As he starts sector 2, then comes through. I think this is T8 down into the old, I think it's a national pit lane coming down through Cops.
Pretty good lines too. He's using all the track. This is our first time seeing him race.
A little bit of a lift through Cops, a little bit of lift, not brave enough yet. But he comes down through Maggots and Beckett's for the first time. Good line through Maggots and Beckett's, nice and tight, strong on the exit. Use all of the track, even a little bit of the grass here, the exit in the F1 game.
Yeah, pretty good. I like our first view of this Fecioretto.
I believe this is his debut in CRL, if I believe correctly.
I think so too.
I think he literally joined the Discord today. As he comes up to the line for a 1:27.5. That's actually a fairly even time.
There we go.
Focus will be the next across. Never mind, it's going to be Driver DB next across the line for a 1:27.9. Who will be the next one to? Well, it would be AMS Dark with a 1:27.3. I believe the Alpine is about to cross the line set a time. Now he invalidated, sadly, his first lap. I believe he invalidated in the last corner because this lap is also invalidated.
See, is that Iqmal Weber is going to be the next one coming up here in the Red Bull.
Followed closely by Cal, I believe, is that spot. No, it's Beamer behind him. Iqmal coming across the line. It looks like the 1:28. Yeah, 1:28.0. Next one across the line will be Beamer. What did Beamer do? Well, it looks like that was just... He looks like he messed up on his lap and...
Potentially.
Because the 1:48 is... I know Beamer, that's not.
Probably a spin.
Or
maybe just out there
happened.
Warming the tires again.
Ooh, VPJP 1:29.1. Focus coming across the line now for 1:27.5. Buell coming across the line. 1:28.4. Anomaly looks like he's the next one. Looks like he's about to start his lap. I apologize.
Yep, going through there real slow.
You know, let's ride on Anomaly on his lap here.
And the start. There we go. Well, so that was, I would say 2 out laps, most likely.
I think most of the cars that we've seen have already finished their hot lap and are coming into the pit lane. Or he could be the end of the train, and it could be Burns the next. Oh, Burns is on an out lap. No, I think he's the start of the next train of cars doing their laps.
Yep.
So yeah, good tight line through sector 1. Good hard flat out, keep control of the car, use almost all of the track. Oh, he looks like he's running out of gas. His gas indicator's on. Will this be a full lap? Does he have the feel for it? It looks like he's going for it.
I think so too.
As he comes past a national pit lane, down through Cops. Will he keep it flat out? Will he be brave? Because it is doable. You got to be brave with it.
No, little let off.
He did. Was it just a slight?
Just a millisecond. Okay. It's close, though. It was close.
Of him doing that, that tells me he's pushing. Driver D&B has retired from the from Q1, not the second.
So I will
Q1.
say he does not mind starting from the back.
No,
Driver
he does
is
not.
yeah, he does not mind. So obviously he did put in a lap, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah,
don't see the 127.9 being the one car out though.
right.
I'm shocked he didn't. Anomaly did not invalidate. They're coming to the corner, and he comes down through the hangar straight across the start finish line.
Yep, and it's invalidated. Yep. So I did not end up counting. So I didn't see the message, but the lap actually turned red. The mini map.
Oh, because to me it says he has a 225. I was lap before.
Yeah.
So I guess it did invalidate. You're right.
Yep.
And he gets out of the way of the Rocco, I think. Who was that going by?
Kale.
It was Cal. Okay. I don't see the guys that are in the top 5. Anyone in a 127 going back out, because I think 127 will be safe for even Q3.
I'd say so.
And as I say, that Focus and AMS Dark and Focus and AMS Dark both drop out. Brian Bird's a 127.8.
Who's that? BKT behind him is BKT. Looks like he's going slow.
Mathis is finishing his hot lap. Mathis is the next car cross line. BKT's starting.
Okay.
Lap. Mathis is on his finish lap. Let's see what he can do. Mathis, as you guys would know, is our Div 1 commentator. He does commentate in Portuguese, which if anyone out there is listening and would like to commentate our Division 1 in English alongside, well, not alongside him, on this channel, we still need an English commentator. Mathis is a 127.8, putting himself in P5. I stand corrected. 127 might not get you through to Q3.
It's looking, it's potentially. So I think what we're seeing here is the 127s are retiring, hoping that we can shorten up this Q1. Might be what we're looking at. So they
yeah, but you got drivers like Kale who just can't not invalidate and just put in a time. Oh, Kale's gonna spin it in T1, but he hits nothing, so his car is clean.
There we go. So does he have enough fuel to do another lap though?
Tony Blackberry coming through past him on his hot lap. Kel lets him through. Let's see what Tony can do on his first hot lap. Gibbs is also on a hot lap. Cal we just saw spin. BKT, I believe, just came out of Maggots and Beckett's on his actual timed lap. Rocco is still in the pits. Rocco might be opting to start from the back because of his connection.
Potentially. Now, who is that behind Tony Blackberry?
That is Kale.
That is Kale. So he's catching that slipstream. I know he's not on
cops.
Okay.
He just spun coming through cops. His tires are.
Yeah.
That set of softs is chalked. He's gonna have to pit and get new softs on.
Yep.
As Tony comes through Maggots and Beckett's, was pretty clean coming down. Wow, I mispronounced DRS. Man, it's been a long time since we casted. DRS active coming down into sector 3. Little bit. This lap looks. I'm gonna say 128. It's just my guess.
Yeah. High 128s.
128.7. Yeah. Still good enough to get him through.
It'll get him through. It will get him through. So Anomaly's got to get out there and get another lap. Looks like Gibbs.
Gibbs is on his hot lap. No, he validated it.
That's invalidated. So Rocco will probably be the one if he. Nope, Rocco's going out. So Rocco's on an out lap.
going to go for a lap on these tires. Then again, you only need to get a simple 128 at this point, it looks like. They don't need nothing crazy. So these tires could last. He invalidated it right there in T1. A little too much of a curb.
Yep. So Gibbs is invalidated. Let's see, BKT appears to be on a hot lap.
No, he's diving. He's already done his hot lap. He's diving it.
So that will be his. Tony Blackberry's obviously on his in lap.
Rocco is going out to put the time in. Anomaly's on an out lap as well to, get rid of that the 225 time. Rocco and the Mercedes don't seem to know what's happening with each other right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Buell looked like he was on a hot lap, but Rocco was much faster, so it looked like I think Buell just didn't know how to get out of the way there.
That was a weird one, I will say.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Rocco starts his hot lap.
Nice and tight to the apex near out sector 1. I guess that's what, T3 right here?
Let's say
They
so.
count that.
1, 2,
That's T4.
yeah.
That little bend. It's T4.
Yeah.
They count that bend as a corner. Wait, I'm stupid. I called the hanger straight the wrong hanger straight earlier. This is the hanger straight, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes. I'm not good with the names.
I know this is also the National Circuit's pit lane, so this is like the other pit lane they use around here.
That's correct.
Down through Cops. He actually broke going into it.
Yeah.
Nice and safe. Most people just kind of engine brake or a slight lift. He actually hit the brake, but I think he just wants to get a time in, don't invalidate it, get through to Q2. Nothing, crazy.
Yeah, because he's
really
not pushing.
Now.
You can tell he's not pushing super hard, but I think he just wants to get to Q2 and restart.
Not even using ERS. It's staying around 100%.
Well, and I wonder if maybe he overfueled the car.
That. I also wonder if he knows that.
Yeah.
He could have just did a lap because he's out at 129 as this week. He might have bailed from the lap.
Yeah.
If the ERS starts to drop now. Yeah,
so
okay.
I'm also getting some desync with him. His time shot up onto the timing board before I actually saw him go across the line. So Rocco is unfortunately desynced again. So I think that even our on-screen graphics.
The line, but it showed a 129, not a 127.
Yeah, very odd. And then now he just jumped positions for me, even on the screen. So Rocco is already desynced somehow from the server here, or I guess not server, from the host.
I'm gonna at him in Discord and ask him not to do Q2. Just wait to go from P15 because he's already desynced.
Anomaly across the line, 127.6. So that improved his time. He had that 225. Now he's got a 127.6. Puts him in 5th, at least for Q1. Let's take a look at Gibbs, see if maybe Gibbs is on a hot lap. Does appear. Nope, Gibbs has invalidated as well. So it looks like Gibbs may not get a time in. We've got 4 minutes left in Q1.
I just let Rocco know he's already desynced. I mean, realistically, Tim or Kale, who puts in a time? Any time matters at this point. It don't have to be a good time.
It does not. It just has to be a non-invalidated lap. So BKT is starting a hot lap. I know he's quicker than a 128.8, so let's see what he can do here.
As long as Gibbs can... Honestly, if he has the fuel to brave it one more lap and just limp it around until the time runs out and retire...
That's all you need.
I think that's what he needs to do.
Yep.
Just limp it at that point. Because I believe we race where you can't run out of fuel. We just sit in low fuel mode forever. Actually, he's going to dive in. Does he have enough time to get back out?
Maybe. I don't think so.
I think he should have just braved it if he had just enough for one more lap. All right, Cal, let's see what you can do. Yellow flag, sector 1. It looks like the Ferrari might have spun. Coming through sector 1. It looks like we have a Haas. Looks like he's just going slow preparing for his lap.
Yeah, maybe Mattias.
Which I don't know why anyone in the top, no offense to Mattias, why you get back out right now. Like, there's no threat.
Maybe get that practice. I don't know.
I mean, I would try to save that sauce for the race, or maybe Q3 if you get there.
Yep.
All right, Cal, so far not invalidated. Good little run outside of Maggots and Beckett. So
yeah,
I don't know if that's true purple.
Yeah, fastest sector 2. All right, so it looks like BKT bailed on his lap as well.
I think BKT knows he's not getting eliminated. He's got buffer in VPJP, and Cal and Gibbs also is a buffer for him. And Gibbs needs to come out of pit lane, I think, now for a chance. A 128.4, going to put Cal clearly into Q2.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to stick Gibbs. Obviously at this point, Gibbs does not have enough time to put in a lap, so that should be our one Q1 non-survivor there.
'Cause, yeah, he is not even beginning to come back out. I think he's accepted fate.
Yep. So there's our Q2 survivors there. AMS, Dark, Rocco, Anomaly, Baturetto, Focus at Game, Brian Burns, Mattias X Dragon, Driver DNB, Ikmal Weber, Beamer NG, Kale Zerb 88, VPJP, Buell, Tony Blackberry, and just by the skin of the teeth there, I suppose, BKT.
Like I said, BKT knew he had some buffer room. He's probably in VC with Gibbs, and Gibbs said he's not going back out, so he wasn't stressing it.
I think so too, because it looked like he was going pretty quick and then just bailed, and I didn't see that it was invalidated either.
.48 seconds left, and no one. Gibbs is going back out now?
See, I don't think he can get back around in time. Unless we are also having a desync. So I'm showing 37, 36, 35.
I'm 36, 34. Yeah, me too.
Okay, so.
I don't think Gibbs knew much time. Gibbs might not know how much time was left on the clock. Yep. Oh, yep, he's going to retire. Gibbs realized it. He just.
There we go. Okay. Well,
yeah, he realized the time.
Maybe it was worth a shot. Try to get out there, but just not quite enough.
I think maybe trying to make a last-second change when he tired pressures and just couldn't get back out in time. I do believe if he would have went in and came straight back out, he would have been able to get back around the track.
So VPJP, I believe, is on a hot lap. No, it's not. It's not a hot lap. So I'm not sure why he went back out as well. But you never know when you're that far down. You never know if the people behind you are about to pass you. So
he's just going to cross the line, end it that way.
Yeah.
And he's the last one. So once he ends it, we'll be going to Q2. Here's where things get interesting. The strategies come into play. Can you make it through to Q3 on the medium tires?
Right. I'm curious to see who's going to try it.
I think every single one of them throws a medium lap in.
Just to see what happens?
Just for a banker lap, if anything. Because I like to see a delta, personally.
Sure.
So I always typically, even in short quali, I throw in a medium lap. Just, see what it can do.
Yep.
First things first. But look at that. The entire top 12 separated by a second. This is anyone's game for Q3.
Yeah, I agree. Unless anybody there was sandbagging, it's looking like it could be a good.
I think Beamer's
Q2.
faster than a 128 too. BKT, I think Ikmal, Beamer, and BKT all can drop in the 127s.
I agree.
Now I didn't really see the times below that. I don't. No offense to the drivers, know who was below that. I know VPJP was down there. I think he can also dip in there. Gibbs, of course, got eliminated. Kale was down there. Kale can dip into 127.
100%. Yep. I think there might have been some sandbagging because there was only one spot to get knocked out. So all you had to do is beat that last guy.
Oh yeah, you just had to put a time in. If you didn't want to really burn that set of tires, you didn't have to.
Yep.
Who will be the first driver out on track here in Q2 to be technically provisional pole right off the rip? Because AMS Dark set that lap within the first 3 minutes and said, "I'm done." He said, "I ain't getting knocked out."
Yep.
Wait, what? Am I really gonna make me reset tires? It is. So far, it looks like Focus, Burnt, Anomaly, Kale, Blackberry all have medium tires selected.
Man, unfortunately, I'm not showing any tire changes, but I see them. I wonder if it waits to update until.
I had to switch.
Okay. Yeah, because I see that they are on my screen, but they're not showing on that timing tower.
So who was the first one out on track? It was Driver DMB. That's who we're going to ride with.
Okay.
He is on the soft compounded tire, though. He's not going to gamble the alternative strategy whatsoever. He's going to probably save the mediums for the race if need be, which understandable.
So we've got Driver, followed by Focus, followed by, is that Kale? And then Tony Blackberry?
Yep, and the whole train is coming out.
Yep.
4 drivers remained in pit lane. The 11 drivers went on the circuit.
Well, they're trying to makes it more interesting with the full quality. It makes it where you really got to get out there and do this.
This time is also shorter. This one's only 15 minutes where the first session's 20. a little bit less time, and then Q3 is only 10 minutes. D&B invalidating doesn't mean anything. It's just the flyer. Focus, I believe, is right behind him, followed by Anomaly. Is that the first three?
You know, and I also wonder, too, if Driver's not out there just giving Focus a tow. I don't know that they've communicated that way, but...
I don't think they're in VC. I think Driver's in...
He's a little too close, too.
The CRL VC.
Yeah.
Where I know Focus is in the league. The other league he helps run VC with Kale and probably somebody else.
Okay.
Oh, Rocco's definitely desynced.
Does it show him out?
He's on intermediate tires.
Nah.
He's not out. He's in pit lane, but he has selected intermediate.
Okay, yeah, that wouldn't be right.
I did add him in Discord saying you're desynced, so maybe he doesn't. But anyway, ignore that. The action here, Rocco does set a fairly clean sector 1. Keeping nice tight to the apex as he comes across the old pit entrance and the national pit lane, coming down to Cops, through into Maggots and Beckett's. Will he remain flat out?
Little let off. It was just tiny. I watched as the accelerator graph down there. Little bit of a let off.
Nice and tight through Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah, they look good. Used all the track.
Break right before the 100-meter board down into this corner and keep it tight.
Yep, and into the
pits.
pits.
On the lap.
Yep.
He's going to go mediums. He's going to switch to mediums. That was just to feel the track out for it. So
and Focus. AMS Dark also does the same thing. Dives right back into the pits.
They're going to
Focus is the one that's going to go over the line first. 127.597.
On the mediums, that's a strong lap. Anomaly going to be the second. Actually, Anomaly bailed on this lap, I think.
There we go. Kale 128.1 with mediums as well.
Actually, no, this is an actual flyer for Anomaly. Coming up to the line, going to be a 128, I'm guessing.
128.2.
Kale 128.1 on mediums. That tells me you can do 127 on soft. BPJP a 129.0 on soft tires. That's not good. BKT, that's definitely a bailed lap of a 141. And one of the Red Bulls must have invalidated because they crossed the line no time. Tony Blackberry up to the line. Going to set a 129.7 on the medium. You'll probably see him throwing a pair of softs.
Yeah, because I would think he's going to need to get very close to the 128s on the mediums to make it in the top 10.
You're going to need to close to 127 in this session, I guarantee it.
Okay, so we may see even the other mediums switch to softs.
Oh, I guarantee Anomaly and Cow, if it gets close, they're going to go back out.
Okay.
Focus keeps that time. I promise that one.
Yep. Yeah, because that gets you in the top 10. That's all you need.
That's all. It doesn't. You can be 10th. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Just starting on those tires. Who is the next? Who is that coming across the line here soon? Beamer?
So, Beamer is back there, and...
Who is that? Oh, that's somebody ending their lap. Oh, let's hang on with Beamer here as he comes through starting sector 2, coming across the national pit lane.
So it looks like Ikmal Weber might be the next one to come across the line on a hot lap.
Okay.
But it's not invalidated, but it does not look very fast. So I'm not sure what happened there. 'Cause he's already...
It's going to be a 128.
128.0.
Very low,
So
128.
not too bad, but it is on softs as well.
Beamer looks like the next one. No, there's a Red Bull. Rocco. He's invalidated. Beamer next one to the line. That's actually going to count.
He's on the mediums as well.
Mm-hmm. A lot of drivers have selected the mediums for their first lap, which is normal.
I like it. Obviously, being a bottom 10 driver, I would have ended up opting for the softs because that would be the only way I'd make it to Q3. But if you're quick, mediums is way better. So 128.1. So
may get him through. It just may get him through.
If I was Kale or Anomaly, I'd say I've got that time. I'm gonna go back out on mediums instead of trying to switch to softs.
Now, the thing is, I know Beamer loves the alternative strategy. It wouldn't shock me if Beamer's okay with qualifying 11th here.
Right, and that can work out for you.
It would not
100%.
shock me.
Yeah.
Because that is, I forget what, shoot. That is alternative pole. Because you're the first driver usually on the alternative strategy. Usually, and like on a strong field where you need soft to get through. The esports level. Kale's going to actually retire. He's going to gamble the 128, or did he wreck it?
I don't know, but looks like Focus also retired.
Well, Focus
so maybe they're both done with
sense.
it. Yeah.
Kale's going to go gamble the 128-1. Whoa, that's a gamble. The 128-1. Beamer now feels safer because the guy behind him retired.
Yeah, I would feel safer too. So I'm on board with Rocco here. Looks like he's finishing up a hot lap on the mediums as well.
Let's see if the times match. 124, 125. The DRS is
okay.
128.2.
And that seemed to match.
Even. No desync.
Yeah, it seemed to match for me. So
his ERS was even working as well. So maybe he's fixed. Beamer a 127.5 on his second set of mediums on his second lap. We missed that one.
I didn't realize he was even on a hot lap.
I
definitely went for it.
Quits after the first lap. He went for 2 laps in the medium, 127.5. He's calling that quit. I told you could do a 127. Sandbag definitely happened in Q1.
So behind him, or next cross line would be AMS Dark, but they are invalidated. And then from there, it's Brian Burns.
Is he on an actual lap? Yes, he is. With the 127, yes. AMS Dark's going to dive it in the pit lane. I wonder if he's just now going to say, all right, these mediums not work, starting go to softs.
Maybe.
Because I invalidate it.
You're going to start running out of time.
Beamer, I apologize for not catching that, but we all assumed after your 128.1 you were done.
That's it.
Coming up to the line, it's going to be a 128.
Yeah, put him in third.
Oh, these mediums are all low, like very low on 28s.
It looks like BKT is just going to be starting a hot lap on softs.
Is Anomaly's on an out lap.
Anomaly's on an out lap. So it looks like Mattias Dragon is going to be the next hot lap across
driver.
the...
And he's on the medium tires. Let's see what he can do. Typically about the 119, 120 range entering this last little chicane. Usually sets up for about a low 128, maybe a high 127. Low 128.
Not necessarily safe, but a decent
you have
time.
A 3-place buffer. That's not safe.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're probably gonna need a 127 by the end of the session. These are still the initial laps for most of these drivers. You will see some of these guys coming back out who are lower and mediums, I guarantee, here real soon.
It looks like the next hot lap is BKT, maybe?
Definitely to cross the line. That other Mercedes. Is Brian Burns still? No, Brian's not using anything. Actually, yeah, Brian's not using anything. It's BKT. And neither driver or DMV's on an out lap, so yeah.
A little bit of traffic there for him. And he dove in the pits. So nope, bailed on it. Didn't like what he saw, I suppose.
That interests me. I wonder if he messed up earlier in the lap and we just didn't notice it.
Quite possible.
AMS Stark did come back out on the mediums, so he is going to commit to a medium lap. I mean, he did run a 127.3 on softs. It wouldn't shock me if he's going to take provisional pole from Beamer here. Driver DMB's on a hot lap. Is Mathis on a hot lap? No.
Ikmal's on a hot lap.
Ikmal is?
So it looks like Ikmal Weber is Trying to improve his
that's
time with
validated.
softs. Oh, nope. There you go. Yep.
That wasn't a validation.
Okay, so Anomaly's on a hot lap.
I think he's the next one across the line.
Is Driver, so I would be looking at Driver.
Oh, you're right. Driver will
Driver's
be
the
the next
next.
one across.
Okay. And he is on the
It's gonna be
mediums as well.
Driver, Anomaly, and then AMS. A 127.5.
Wow.
New provisional
Fastest.
pole just by 4/100ths of a second, separating him and Beamer. Now Anomaly gonna be the next one up. Never mind, Anomaly is not using an ERS, so I take that back. AMS.
So Blackberry.
Blackberry is gonna be the next one up to the line. On this,
And invalidated. Yep, barely.
AMS Stark coming out of Megaton. Beckett's will be the next one across the line for a time lap. Sets up. Says purple sector 2. I don't have actual data in front of me to tell me that's true or not. AMS Stark gonna come through the last chicane. About a 119. That's looking like a 127. Most people came through there starting at a 120. Nice, clean, flat out, a 127.4.
New fastest lap for Q2. Okay, so what we're looking at here, we've got a minute 54. BKT is now back on an out lap, trying to get in one more.
He will get.
And
BKT will get to the
Bataretto
line.
now has the fast 127.325. So I would imagine Q3 we're going to be looking at 126s, especially on the soft tires.
Yule is calling it quits from the pit lane. He's going to start P15. I don't know why. BPJP is done. He says, I can't improve. Hale is going to P9 gamble. Will he get through?
So Rocco came across the line.
On the bubble. He's on the bubble. The gamble for Kel on the 128.1 might not pay off.
Yeah, I mean not, because if BKT can get a better lap than that, that will knock him out. But Rocco,
BKT is the only one that can knock him out.
Yeah.
No one else can start a lap in time. That can knock him out. It's up to, can BKT knock Kale out of Q2? Can he deny him entry to Q3 on the mediums? But it looks like 8 of our 10 drivers will be starting on mediums.
Which is
The
huge.
alternative strategy is the softs. Apparently in this race. FRT Fernando, a new provisional pole, 127.3. I think that you mentioned it. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, he is on the softs though.
Hey, he said, I don't know if I can get through on the mediums. He gambled it, went on the softs, and set the fastest time. So
why not? You know, and that can work out for you. There's an early safety car. That could definitely work for him.
BKT down through Magaton Beckett's for the last time. This is Kale's do or die moment. Can he knock Kale out of Q2?
Says fastest sector 2 there.
It did not say that for me, so I think that's
Okay, so that may not be true. Okay.
Spectator UI. We kind of had that all season.
Yep.
Now, typically entering this corner to set him out about 119. He's on pace to set Kale out. Can he get a clean last sector? Clean out. Down to the start finish line. It's going to be a 128.1. He's going to knock Kale out by 1/100th of a second.
1.5 100ths. Wow. Well, and BKT never really actually put in a real time until that point. Definitely interesting.
The gamble for Kale to drop out early does not pay off, but he does have the fresh tires starting in P11.
So that should be everybody. We got Ikmal Weber still out there. Doesn't appear that he has ERS on, but he may just be heading to the pits. So I think that's going to be our top 10.
There's no need for Ikmal to set another lap. Just get off these medium tires. That's what you're starting the race on, my friend. I think he was a little bit worried of getting knocked out, so he went back out. Or was he one of our soft tire runners that wanted to maybe
Yeah, see, he
Switch to
had
medium.
his time is a soft time, but he has mediums on here. So
Okay.
maybe he thought, I'm going to go out and try
He was trying to switch to the mediums. Fair. Okay.
And then just probably sector 1 and 2 are slower. So he
Mhm.
thought, that's
Yep.
not
And he
working.
retires, and we move into Q3. And a dramatic end to Q2, just slightly knocking Kale out.
Definitely some excitement for Q2. Always like that. So top 10 again, Factoretto, AMS Dark, Driver DMB, Beamer, Rocco, Focus at Game, Brian Burns, Ikmal Weber, Anomaly, and BKT. With Kale barely getting knocked out there. Mattias X Dragon,
Once again,
VPJP, Tony Blackberry.
Top 12, separated all by a second. Once again.
Buell. So Buell also did not set a time. So I don't know if that was
top 6 by 2/10.
2/10.
Separate.
I like it. It looks like we got a race on our hands here. But I will say the full quali is working out well. I did notice that last lap that Rocco did, there was a bit of desync, but it was not as extreme as that first quali session.
I think that's what happened with him and Buell. He was a little bit desynced, and Buell might not have knew he was there, so on our screens it looked weird.
Potentially.
All right. The top 10 shootout starts right now. 12. I think Gibbs has the times wrong. Isn't it supposed to be 15, 12, 10?
I'm not 100% sure.
15,
I
12?
think the game does it on its own, so I don't know if maybe that's off.
Cause I swear real life it's 15, 12, 10. Not 20, 15, 12.
I'd have to confirm that. But that sounds right to me.
I mean, it could, once again, this kinks, guys. Kinks. If
That's
that
it.
is truly something we have to fix, this is why we did this. Focus will be the first one to start his hot lap straight out onto the soft compounded tires. Don't expect to see anything different.
Q3 is 12 minutes.
So this is right, 20, 15, 12. Okay.
Correct.
That's how often I do full quality, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, and I hardly ever do it either. All right, so first out, you have Focus, followed by Driver, followed by Ikmal Weber, and then Brian Burns. Those are going to be our first
and
four.
The last two coming out so far, the one Haas is the only one not to even start his way out of pit lane yet. I wonder if he has one set of tires and is going to save it to the end.
Well, and he had the fastest lap from Q2, but he also was on softs. So by doing that, he really needs to get out there and set a fast lap.
That's why I said anyone who did extended sessions in Q2 to get out, they're going to have one compound of tires left for this. I wonder if he has one set of new softs left, and this is going to save it till the end and put in a time right at the end.
Well, by making it to Q3, if it tracks with IRL, they should get one extra set of softs, but they still could be very low depending on how much they used on Q2. So the medium runners are going to be in a better position.
Definitely. They'll have, but realistically, 12 minutes, you pretty much have time to set two runs realistically, safely.
Correct.
Focus will be our first one on a hot lap here as he comes through sector 1, keeping it nice and tight. DRS going to open up as he heads down towards sector 2, about to head across the national pit lane straight away. Of course, purple sector 1, he's the only one to set time.
First one.
Nice, tight, get a good run out, step on the cat.
Looks good.
Use all the track you can, don't invalidate, good job. Will he flat out through tops? Does he risk it?
Keep an eye on that green meter there.
Yeah, oh no, left, right.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Did he invalidate?
Barely. I don't think he did. Yeah, it was perfect.
No, he got away with it.
Yep.
Nice and tight through Maggots and Beckett's. You can use all the exit on it. Use all the track on the exit of Maggots and Beckett's. That grass there at the end of Maggots and Beckett's might as well be concrete. You can touch it.
Yep. Well, it was beautiful control through that series of turns there too.
He comes down towards the last chicane, about a 118 as he entered it. You might be right. We might be seeing 126s in the session. No, below 127. 127
Very close.
Yeah, we definitely are going to
I think
feel
we'll see it though.
126.
Yep. Behind him, driver 127.5.
5 anomaly of 127. Oh,
AMS Dark.
Dark.
Ikmal Weber.
128.5. There was the definitely incident on that lap. Maybe got loose throughout a section. But that's a banker, knows what he can improve on now.
Yep. So BKT
next across the line.
Going to be about a mid 127 there. A little bit of a lockup. I think that cost him time too. So low 128.
The lockup definitely cost him time, yeah. Anomaly next across the line. 127.2.
We're close at the top.
Burns did invalidate. Rocco and Beamer might as well be touching. Rocco was desynced.
Yeah, I saw his time before he went across there.
Oh, I did too. 127.9 for Beamer. Brian Burns didn't invalidate. As you know, FRT Rito did not go out, so that is actually he's going out now. He's going to choose to go out when the track is perfectly clear, and he's the only one going to be on it for his flyer.
I like it.
As everyone else should be on an in lap. Everyone set their times. Currently, the time to be at AMS Dark, a 127.08. Can we see improvement, or will that be our pole positions? Now, the track is only going to get faster as the day goes on. Sunny conditions, good, beautiful day here in Great Britain.
Yep, so Fetcheretto really babying the tires around the track. Getting them warm, but didn't want to put too much wear on them. It's a fairly long track.
BKT's actually going to do a second hot lap on those tires.
Interesting.
35% ERS, though. I don't
127.702, so he does improve.
Ever so slightly. You can use those tires up as much as you want to. It doesn't matter. You don't start on them. Beamer also looks like he's on a second push. Never mind. No, I'm lying to you. Ignore me.
Well, I mean, he was still just pushing it. All right, let's see. So it's going to be.
DRS was open. ERS was going down. I'm like, maybe.
Fetcheretto saving his ERS. I wish I could look at his tire tips. I'd like to know because I think he's probably got him in there perfect.
Codemasters EA F122, make spectating better, please.
Yes, please.
Give us a little more details. More, please.
Because I really think he did that out lap perfect. I'm very curious to see how this lap goes.
Of course, the only Brazilian driver on the grid today to make it through to Q3, as there are, I believe, 3 on the grid.
Had to open the wheel a little bit.
Sector 1, you know, a minor mistake still looks pretty good.
I think so too.
He had to, you know, catch it just a little bit. Couldn't be.
So mine,
it says purple.
That showed purple for me too.
Which
kept that a little too tight.
Show me the fastest sector time so I can compare to P1. Please.
Yes, please. Thank you. Please, Codemasters.
I would like to know if this, like, I could really hype up the lap if I knew it was a potential P1 lap.
Well, also, if we could believe when it turned purple, that would be nice.
Yeah, we definitely can't. Because I know if you're actually in the car and it turns purple, that only means you're faster than the 2 guys around you.
Is that right? Well, let's see a nice show here. Purple sector 2 as well.
Yep.
And it looks right. The lap's been nice.
And a nice, very good lap. Maggots and Beck with a real clean cop. Almost was flat out. A little bit of loose there outside, out of that corner.
This is gonna be a 126.
You think?
Oh, and then he kind of missed it a little bit there, but 126, 127.016. There we go.
Wow, he's gonna force AMS Dark to set a better time, which he is back out on track. Let's try with AMS Dark as he tries to retake his provisional pole. Never mind, he's gonna dive it back in. He wasn't happy.
Interesting.
I bet those are the softs he's already run on. This was going to try to improve on him, but now that Frenetto's overtaken him, he's going to switch to his brand new soft.
So Brian Burns here starting a hot lap. So let's see who's behind him. Ikmal Weber. Is that Ikmal Weber on a hot lap? That's not the person
Brian
behind
has yet to set a time. I don't. So this will be Brian's only time. He does not have time to set a lap, go back on in and back out. So this will be his finishing time.
Yep. So Anomaly, Rocco, and BKT are on out laps.
Igmo Weber across the line. Well, looks like he's starting his lap now. Brian Burns is showing purple sector 1.
And Brian Burns is quick, so he's got it in him.
Yes, he is. Uses all the track outside coming down. Of course, the old pit entrance. Nice and tight all the way through, down into Cops. Will he lift or will he brave it through it? Braves it through it flat out.
Beautiful.
Did not lift even slightly. Just a little wide, but the track doesn't let out through back. It's nice and tight. All the exit. Beautiful exit from Magaton. Beckett uses all of the track. DRS is open. Now, it did not show purple sector 2.
So it did not show that for me either. So it did look like he lost a little bit of time there.
I believe the purple sector 1 now. As it comes down in a 119 as he's turning in. This could be a 126.
I think it's going to be a mid 127. Let's see.
But you're right, 127.3. That's going to be where he qualifies P6 at the most.
I think he just lost a little bit of time in Sector 2. I think his Sector 1 and Sector 3 looked pretty good, but something happened there in Sector 2. I'm not sure.
Now, Beamer is on an outlap. He will get to the line. Driver will get to the line. He is on an outlap as well.
So is that Ikmal on a hot lap here? Nope.
I think 90% of them are on outlaps.
Okay.
You know, Rocco may have just started up the flyer.
So Anomaly looks like he's on a hot lap. Yes, he is. So Anomaly is going through the last set of corners here.
He's improved by a 10th. Except for he improved by a 10th through Sector 2. 127.1. Not quite enough, though. He did improve a 10th, but it wasn't enough to even improve his position.
Yep.
Just gets him closer to focus, and he's going to retire.
He retires.
He knows there's nothing more he can do. P4 at the most. Focus is starting his final lap now. AMS Dark coming to the line to start his final lap. FRT, I don't know his. You pronounces him. Call him FRT.
That'll work. FRT Federetto.
Federetto. Thank you. I couldn't. I was gonna be nowhere close.
Okay, so 9 BKT
is on a flyer.
He is 3/10 faster than his last lap too.
But that'll jump him a few spots.
Certainly will.
Not much.
Could get him to 7th though.
It is though.
Yeah.
A 127.3 will. A 127.3 is only jumping him to P7. That was provisional pole over the last 2 sessions. This field is separated from the top 10 by 3/10 almost.
Yeah, they're all in the same 127 there.
Beamer's the next across the line. This will be it. And at the end of Q3, let's see what Beamer can do. He's improving by a 10th so far. That's not going to be enough.
It's not. Yeah, he's going to have to find some more time.
He's going to be clean through here. Flat out to the line.
Oh, not quite.
A
There we go. So
127.6 is not enough to improve and improvement, but not enough to get him out.
Focus.
Driver DMV will be. Focus goes of a 126.9 for provisional pole.
There's the 126.
Now AMS Dark is still behind him. Driver DMV will be the next one across the line. AMS Dark will be coming across the line behind him. Can AMS Dark knock him off of provisional pole? The driver DMV will be the first one to try to dethrone it.
He has 3/10 up.
To the line. 3/10 up. We'll jump him a few spots. A 127.
Second.
Oh, going to go to P2. AMS
Wow.
Dark the next one to the line. And AMS Dark bailed on his lap.
Yep, he sure did.
So that is going to be your starting grid. Focus that game, taking pole position of a 126.9, followed by driver DMB, FRT, Vacheretto, AMS Dark, Anomaly, Rocco, RRL, Brian Burns, BKT, Ikmar Weber, and Beamer, rounding out your top 10.
There we are. So a lot of excitement in Q2 and Q3. I think it went pretty well. We'll have to see what the drivers think, but that seemed pretty exciting.
Pretty much top 9, half a second. Top 4, two tenths.
Wow.
Anomaly, realistically, 2/10. Top 5, 2/10.
We got a quick field here. Hopefully, if this race is clean, it's going to be exciting.
This is going to be a DRS train if this is clean.
True, right? It's going to be all about that strategy.
Can the few soft tire runners that are in that front field, can they pull away, or can the mediums hold on with them? If a soft tire runner can get out in front and pull away by 5-6 seconds, they stand a chance. If not, it's gonna go to the medium tire runners, in my opinion. Those soft tire runners got to pretty much run like hell.
So I got to say, for anybody watching, do we have any? Well, I guess this question goes to you, Stars. Do we have a bot in the chat on the Champs Racing Twitch where they can find us?
Need to set up.
Okay, so that's part of the test. Next time we will have some of that stuff set up so that we can get you people into this league. If anybody's watching, likes what they see and would like to participate, we'll have that set up next time. If not, currently, I think the way to look at it would be, I think you can actually search Champs Racing League on Google, and it might pull up something. I'm not sure.
Can I just say something I've just noticed?
Go for it.
Look who is in P17.
Now, how did that happen?
Jamie must have joined late because he wanted to race after Q3 had ended. But watch for Jamie to come plowing through this field.
Well, he's
I
quick.
almost promise you, if he was in Q3, he would have been on pole.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got a disqualification. It looks like we've got some issues back here. Someone on my screen, if you look at nope, and it cleared up.
There are 3 cars disqualified. I was watching Focus.
I can't look at them, but it looks like they just didn't take off the line, so they disqualified. I don't know if that's desync.
They just chose to sit there.
Okay, potentially, and they're going to start on cold tires, so that's unfortunate.
So the preferred pit strategy will be medium to soft or soft to medium. One stop here at Silverstone on a 50% race, nothing more. It's can the medium tires keep up with the very, very few soft tire runners there are? Which FRT, Vacciaretto is on softs, Rocco is on softs, and Ickmal Weber are on softs. Same thing with Mathis and Tony Blackberry. Can those 5 drivers get to the front of the medium tire train and drive away? That is pretty much their win condition. They have to break away from these medium tire runners. Otherwise, the second set of this race, they are going to be struggling. Can you hear me, Vince?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, just want to make sure. You're quiet there.
Sorry. I was trying to get everything set up for the screen there, but we are all good to go. We got one more driver pulling up to the line back there.
As all the drivers come into their grid positions, ladies and gentlemen, this is CRL Winter Test Race number 1 here at Silverstone. Focus will be leading them off the line. The red lights have not started yet for me. Are you?
Nope. So we are waiting for everything to sync up, I'm sure. So I'm also showing a little bit of issues on the timing tower. I'm not sure what you show, but I show Buell 1 lap down with Jamie as a plus 10th.
Interesting what's happening here. I'm showing them on lap 2. Rocco in P1.
Yeah, and see Rocco, if you can see, Rocco is desynced. He has an X by his name, and everybody else seems to be connected. Oh, Buell. There we go. Here we go.
I think we were waiting on them to load. I think it's Rocco loading is the problem right now we're seeing. Drive through, jump start, 5 red lights are going, and we are away with the race here. So Focus that game is going to get a good launch down into T1 as they all come through T1 and 2. A few drivers go wide in the back as they come through clean through sector 1. Focus at game is still leading them. Get a good start. Driver DMB followed by FRT, Vacciaretto, AMS Dark, RL Burns, Rocco Anomaly, Correction, BKT, Mathis, something happened in the back. There's a spin. Tony Blackberry did get a drive-through penalty. Focus that game still leading him down through sector 1, but it looks like driver DMB is going to make a move up the inside. The driver B is going to go for it. Will he get through? A little bit of contact, but Focus is going to have the inside line down onto the old pit entrance. As Focus that game will lead them down through Cops for the first time. But AMS Dark will take the move up the inside. They are too wide coming down through Cops. They do sort themselves out. Focus that gains will get them to Cops 2 for the first time. But it looks like we are under a VSC now, ladies and gentlemen. For it looks like VP, JP, and Ickmo Weather did come together.
Yeah, going back there, it looks like Rocco did have some sort of a desync issue. He lost a lot of places, but Mattias Dragon, I think, took the most advantage, as well as Jamie, both up 6 spots. Focus lost that number 1 spot to Driver, and then AMS Dark also switching places with Factoretto. So under this safety car,
Gibbs also up from P16 to P14.
Up 3 spots.
Few drivers taking advantage. Buell looks like he got into something. I don't expect any drivers, unless you had damage, to dive it in here. It's only lap 1. But what a great, interesting start to the race. The few drivers with damage do dive it in. Looks like Mathis did get damaged, sadly. Gonna dive it in, followed by Rocco and Tony Blackberry, who all presumably had damage. 5-second time penalty rewarded to somebody for speeding into pit lane.
Oof.
Somehow Focus and driver DMB have switched spots.
Yeah, I think that Driver got around Focus right as the safety car started.
Oh.
I mean, the last second. So yeah, Ickmo Weber has the 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Still under the VSC. Not sure how long this is going to last. Yep, and now we're green. Yeah, so I showed green.
Okay,
now.
they were going green. Okay. Driver DMB going to lead him through Cops down for the second time, but Focus is not going to be happy. Going to be looking up the inside. Driver DMB going to be using all of that ERS to stay out in front down the old straightaway, but Focus going to look up the inside through Cops. They avoid
still side by side.
Verstappen, Hamilton. These are teammates going at it for the lead. Coming down through Maggots and Beckett's for the second time. All good, all clean, all single file, all the way through the field. Going all the way back to Buell in P12. We are in a 12-car train here, ladies and gentlemen. Remember these medium tires. We got to keep our eye on FRT Factoretto. Can he get through them? He's got to work his way through the field on these
So Jamie's looking at Beamer back here.
Jamie up
gonna get around
inside of Beamer, but Beamer's going to have to switch back.
Couldn't quite make it stick.
No, Beamer's going to hold it, but he's still going to go for it. Gibbs with the fastest lap of the race with a 132.9. Jamie and Beamer are fighting tooth and nail over this position. Jamie's going to have the inside line. He's going to get through. Beamer's looking for the switchback, though. Not going to quite get it. FRT Factoretto's probably going to wait for DRS. Who went off back there? Was it BPJP through Sector 1? Doesn't look to have any damage. Just a minor spin. Rocco in the pit lane for hard compounded tires. Tony Blackberry back in the pit lane. I don't know what's happening back there.
Yeah, he's got to do that drive-through.
Oh, fair. You're right. You're right. Forgot he had that. FRT Factoretto needs to start making progress on these soft tires. Otherwise, his strategy is just not going to work out.
It's just not going to work, yeah.
Gibbs is hanging on at the end of this train. Gibbs also needs to slowly try to poke his way through the field. He ain't going to get to the front, knowing where he started, but he just needs to slowly poke his way through, just a little bit. But Factoretto's got to get his way through the field on this soft compounded tire. Otherwise, the strategy, he's just going to, when everyone switches to softs, he's just going to slowly cycle his way backwards.
I agree. So he is the only person in the top 10 currently on the soft tires, and he's really got to make some progress before these pit strategies start to play out.
He definitely can't let AMS Dark, Driver DMB, and Focus drive away from him. That's one thing he cannot allow. Because otherwise, he's just going to be a victim to Brian Burns' anomaly, BKT, and Jamie. But new fastest lap for Jamie, a 129.7. As they come around at the end of lap 3, starting lap 4. Now,
so going into the next DRS
everyone
section.
is just, ooh, anomaly gets a little loose. BKT looks up the inside. They touch ever so slightly. The anomaly did get loose coming through sector 1. BKT is going to hold it up the inside. They're going to try to get through, but Jamie's going to take advantage of this and go the outside of fucking BKT.
I saw a somebody ghosted there. I don't know what
somebody
that was.
blinked. There was a blink. Somebody must have like tabbed out or had a connection problem. But Brian Burns is also trying to stick his nose in this. Going to be up the inside of BKT as well. BKT going to shut the door on him ever so slightly. Jamie looking up the outside of Anomaly coming through Cops. As they go through, Jamie's going to hit the switch back on through Cops. Oh my God, BKT now going to take the line at Anomaly coming through Beckett and Beckett. They touch ever so slightly. 3-second penalty for AMS. BKT going to barge Anomaly
and he
come back in and hit Cow and big crash. Big crash.
Huge.
I wish we could throw our own safety car right now, because I would.
I did too. I wish we could also take a look at a replay.
Another car going to go off in the front. Who was it? Focus that game's going to spin
Focus that
himself,
game.
I'm pretty sure. Your race leader going to bend it into the corner.
Yeah, he has no front wing, and he luckily
car has been deployed.
So I would anticipate some people diving into the pits here. So Focus got very lucky. He did take damage, but he was right at the entrance to the pits.
Focus is what triggered the safety car. All the carnage behind, and then Focus. The game just went, all right, that's enough. Let's reset it. Now, the only person this helps is FRT Facioretto.
I was about to say.
Now he's in P2 on those softs, and he can make them last just that little bit longer. Now, can he get past driver DMB here?
You know, and
now Focus is going to be saved by the horn, going to go on the softs nice and early, committing to the 2-stop. Him and Beamer both switching the softs. They're going to try to pound their way up through the field, expecting another safety car, I guarantee it. So far, no driver DNF. This is going to reset everyone back together. All 17 drivers will be back, all nice and tight. Lots of drivers in the hard compounded tires trying to go to the end.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies there if you look at that.
It's like there's 3 different strategies. There's the original medium to soft. There's still the soft to medium going on. Now there's the 2-stop plan going on.
Yep.
And then there's the hard tires just going to try to outlast and stay in the DRS the whole way.
Yeah, because that's what Brian Burns is looking at, sitting in 8th with brand new hards, go all the way to the end. Will it pay off? I don't know, but
if him and Mathis can sit in DRS and just be pretty much tugboat it along until the first set of pit stops, I could see it working out. Now, they got to be able to stay with the faster drivers though on the hardest compounded tires. If they can't, they are going to be a sitting duck to Gibbs, who's on fresh mediums, Focus, Beamer, and Cal. Even with being overtaken, in my opinion, Beamer and Mathis cannot fight the position. They have to let these drivers go and just sit in DRS. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to do it.
That's going to be their best bet for sure. They're just not going to have the pace. Who are we waiting on back here? We got
5-second penalty for Facioretto for speeding into pit lane.
Oof.
He chose to dive it in just a little too late, in my opinion. Then again, he did cross the pit lane entrance before the safety car came out.
That is so unfortunate.
What's he going on to? He's going to go into the hard compound. No. He's going to put on another set of softs. He's going to commit to the 2-stop. Wow. He's going to pit when the medium tires pit. He's going to stay on this soft until the medium compounded tires pit.
Yep.
And this time, he's just on fresher tires, so he'll be faster coming through the field. Honestly, now I understand why Focus and Beamer did it, because he knows the medium drivers still have to pit again.
Yep.
So they're just switching to just another slightly alternative strategy.
That 5-second penalty is going to be very pivotal, though, for Facioretto. He's got that one more pit stop. He's going to have to serve that 5-second penalty. It's going to be...
Which sucks. Now Facioretto is praying for another safety car so he can serve it under safety.
That would be ideal.
I think we'll be going green this lap. AMS Dark. Did he spin it in Sector 1?
He's much slower back there. Yeah, much slower.
Now, if AMS Star can get to the field, we should be going green this lap.
Yeah, it's going to be close, but I think he can. He's not going super fast. Spun out a little bit there.
I think he's trying
Beamer, severe collision with Focus at game.
Let's see any damage on either of them. Focus is going really slow, like really slow.
It looks like he's backing up the field, but he's an 8th.
Neither of them look to have visual damage. Severe damage in this game could be a slight tap, which we could remove at the end. I don't know if there is stewarding for this race, but
there should be, if I'm not mistaken. Because I know that this race will count towards the ratings. So,
oh, will it?
If they count towards the ratings, then they would be stewarded.
Which Focus is going to dive it in, probably to remove that 5 seconds.
Yeah, just serve it now.
I mean, it's smart. Go put on another set of softs and serve the 5 seconds.
Yeah, because we're not going green. It's still a safety car for another lap, so that's worth it for sure.
Focus looks like he's going to be switching to the medium. He's going to switch back to the mediums. Gibbs gets a 5-second severe for contact with Beamer. Or Beamer for hitting Gibbs. What just happened?
Let me look at the... I wish we could look at replay. So Beamer's now got 15 seconds worth of penalties.
Beamer can't seem to win with hitting drivers right now in his safety car.
Well, I wonder if it's a bit of desync. I'm not sure.
It could have very well could be true. Like Gibbs and Beamer don't usually desync. We've raced with them plenty enough to
I agree.
Know. You know, it could just be nerves. You know, well, like once again with whoever's in P3 just not going. The whole field just kind of like a accordion effect, just into each other.
It's kind of interesting that BKT is up in 3rd. He's still on his original tires, is that right?
There are 4 drivers still on the original strategy. 4.
Interesting.
Jamie F1, Driver DMB, BKT, and Buell. Everyone else has switched their strategy.
Yeah.
The entire 12th through 17th is now going mediums to softs. But they're going to go longer than the front, so they're going to have fresher tires at the end of the race than the front 3. So this could be who can catch the front 3 out of the bottom 12, the bottom 6, whatever it is.
So this should be...
I don't think those mediums can go to the end.
Safety car in this lap. Everybody getting their tires warm, ready to go. Driver obviously with all the control here for when they go. Backing it up just a bit.
Wait till the safety car is in pit lane first before he can launch. He can launch whenever he wants. Now, I don't think he launches until... Actually, he's going. He launched early. He's gonna catch most of the field sleeping. Jamie's the only one that stayed with him. BKT, he called sleeping just ever so slightly.
Definitely caught him off guard.
BKT fell back by 2 seconds. He was caught that much off guard. Driver DMB launched nice and early. Good restart for Driver DMB and Jamie F1. Now we've turned a 16-horse race into a 2-horse race. Driver DMB gonna get Beamer MG gonna get another 3-second penalty. There's a Red Bull off in the back that's gonna be Ignal. He's gonna be DNF from the race.
Oh.
Their first retirement coming through Team 1. I really hope that was an unassisted DNF.
Certainly looks like it because no one's really fallen back.
Now the see what's happening here is we have 2 soft compound drivers being held up by 2 hard compounds. So Beamer's going to get past Buell. Beamer's got to get past RL, Ryan Burns, and Mathis to start reeling in the front 3. BKT's falling out just a little bit. He's pulled away from the hard compounded drivers still. So no DRS threat for BKT. But Jeremy's going to be looking on the rear end of driver DMB coming through Maggots and Spackets. Can he get through? Old driver DMB is going to not save it. He's going to spin it out of Maggots and Spackets into the wall, but his car is still safe. He's going to rejoin the track. Jeremy F1 is now going to be leading this race from P17, where he started.
Wow, so that's huge change.
I don't know if driver DMB took damage. Oh, another car going to go off. That's going to be Gibbs. Okay, these guys are struggling for grip out there.
Interesting. I wonder if maybe they didn't keep enough heat in their tires through that. Not sure. But yeah, now we've got this race led by by Jamie and BKT, but they are on their original medium tires.
Mathis is leading the second group of drivers on the hard. Best case scenario for Mathis and Brian Burns right now. On the hard compounded tires, leading the second group of field. Beamer's going to have to try to get through it as Beamer's going to look up. He is going to take a peek. Brian Burns, he has to get through here quickly.
So Facciaretto is climbing back up the ranks here.
Which I expect that bottom medium drivers to slowly work their way through. AMS Dark, I expect to work through. Beamer's going to take a peek up the inside through entering Mackins and Beckett. He's not going to quite go for it. Beamer's got to make quick work, and Mackins going to get a 3-second penalty to Mackins and Beckett. Beamer's all over the rear end of Brian Burns. He's got to do it now. Overtake active. It looks like he's going to go for it on the straightaway up into the slipstream on the left side bound coming on tires, but Brian Burns is also dumping the ERS to keep him behind. Doesn't have enough. He's going to need the ERS to make the overtake. Will he take this? Will he make this? And he's going to send it up the inside. Nice, clean overtake by Beamer.
He does it.
The soft tires just allow you to break that ever so late because they have a little bit more grip. Now Beamer's going to have to work his way past Mathis to start reeling in BKT and Jamie. He's got to make use of these soft compounded tires. He's got to go.
He does. He's got to get around Matthias to make this strategy work.
AMS Dark has got to get to. Yes, the 9-lap-old mediums on driver DMB are not that worn yet, so he's not. AMS does not. Dark does not have quite the advantage yet over driver DMB, but driver DMB's got to get through Rocco and Brian Burns.
So VPJP back down here is making a move on Buell and also chasing down Tony Blackberry. And VPJP is on the hard tires, chasing down the medium pack here.
I think he's just going to be holding on to the Tony Blackberry. I don't think he's going to be quick enough to get past Tony. As long as Tony can keep ERS, I don't think the hard compounds can overtake right now, especially those fresh mediums.
Yeah, I would say so. It's going to be hard.
Focus has got to get his way through the field quicker, though. But he's got Buell on softs right there in front of him. He's going to make the move on Buell right now going into the Cops quarter. They make ever so slight contact, but they get too clean. All right, so Focus that Games is slowly going to start working his way through the field.
So back on Beamer. Beamer making a move on Matthias.
And he's going to get it done. DRS makes it look easy on soft compounded tires. Now he's got 2 seconds to get to BKT. Can he get to him?
Yeah, he doesn't have the benefit of DRS anymore, but he does have about 50% ERS, so maybe he's been saving that for this situation right now. Chase down the top 2.
Jamie F1 going to set a new fastest lap. Never mind, driver. Never mind. Fastest laps come flying, and FRT Facciaretto going to set the new fastest lap of a 1:29.4.
Beautiful.
And that just shows you the pace of the guys in the back. They are not out of this.
Well,
strategies are going to come into play.
100%. Beamer is reeling in BKT here.
I guarantee the only reason Beamer's not with BKT now because, without DRS, F1 is hard to overtake. It just is. Yep. No matter your compounded tires. He's gaining, I would say, about 0.3 a lap as of now.
Yeah, if he can hang on to that pace.
But it looks like BKT just dumps on the ERS and put him, and BKT is dumping the ERS. So is Beamer, though. Beamer's not trying not to let him get away. But BKT does have more ERS to play with.
Yeah, he's trying to stay out of that DRS zone there. So Matthias and Brian are keeping up, though. I think that's pretty interesting that they're
doing what they need to do.
They're not losing that pace.
And the DRS train, they're just going to follow Beamer through.
Yep.
That's what they needed to do to stand a chance on these hard compounded tires.
Yep.
Stay with Beamer. Let him pull you right up to BKT. Because Beamer is catching about 1/10 or 2 a lap.
So we got a pretty decent battle for 6th here too. Driver, AMS Dark, Facciaretto, and Rocco. Rocco's starting to pull back or fall back a little bit, but these three, 6, 7, 8.
I feel like we need to stress this. This is the running order. Ignore what everybody's tires. Everyone has to make one more pit stop. This is the active running order in the race.
Yeah, I would say
like
out of anybody, it's Brian Burns.
Around the outside.
Wow.
DMB, he's going to get it done. A beautiful overtake by MS Dark. Now, Pacioretto's going to also look up the inside. These 11-lap-old tires are definitely going to be slower by this point than the 4-lap-old mediums.
I'd say so, yeah.
So DMB is going to slowly fall his way back, but then DMB make the undercut, which he will have, and get enough distance on the softs where they cannot get back to him. That's when the strategies are going to come into play between these two sets of mediums. Very interesting. Beamer going to go to the mediums.
Oh, driver spinning.
The only driver in the front. Oh my God! There goes the front wing of Pacioretto. No, that wasn't Pacioretto. That was driver DMB. DMB going to lose his front wing.
And driver went ahead and retired from the session there.
Don't blame him for that one.
So I didn't quite see what happened. I was actually...
I think he just lost the two Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah.
Just get loose. No safety car deployed. Driver DMB is going to be out of the race, sadly, but AMS Dark still going to be pushing to get to the hard compound tires, who have now fallen out of DRS range of Beamer by 2 seconds. Beamer has pulled away and is now within DRS range of BKT.
Yep, so if he stays there, he'll have DRS on the next zone. Now would be the time to get around him. 7 laps on the softs, yeah.
The softs are going to start falling off, I'd say, in about a lap, time-wise. But the mediums are also going to start falling off, so they're not like they're on fresh mediums. So the softs may still even be faster in their fall-off.
Yeah, the thing to consider, though, Beamer, as soon as he pits, he's got 18 seconds worth of penalties. I don't know how much he will serve under pit stop.
5 seconds. It's always 5.
Okay, so it'll just be 5. So that means he will end the race with 13 seconds worth of penalties. So he's still in an unfortunate spot to make up for.
I wonder how many of those penalties, if they're shooting, will be removed, though, due to, the safety car incidents.
Yep.
So, if none of them were really his fault, like he got little brake tested, he could go down to 3 seconds. It just all depends on what, unfortunately, plays out. But all that matters is Beamer MG is going to give it us all on track. No matter the time penalty, he's going to be aiming for a top 3 across the line finish. Because he's got about a 3-second gap to all the new medium tire runners who can't seem to get around these hard top compound tires. AMS Dark is right on the rear end of Brian Burns. Tony Blackberry going to get another 3-second penalty. DRS open for AMS Dark, and he doesn't make the move yet.
No, not yet.
I wonder if we're at the point where the hard compounded tires are coming alive. Because remember, they are late lap tires. They're not early tires.
Yep.
And he is at lap 11 on them. They could be coming on strong now. Beamer right on the tail end of BKT through Maggots. Under a tenth will do it.
Yeah, he's looking left and right.
He's going to make the move down this straight. I don't think there's anything BKT can do to keep him behind.
BKT can make one move here, and he just doesn't even opt to do it. Nothing he can do.
He's going to take the outside line, just say, go ahead, Beamer. I'm going to try to run in your slipstream.
That's it.
And hang out in your DRS for a little bit.
So he's going to get back around.
9.5 seconds to jam in. Oh, no, BKT's actually going to fight it, but Beamer's going to have the better line through the last corner. And that's just all she wrote pretty much for now for that battle. Now, Beamer's got 10th. That cost him a second to Jamie, by the way.
So AMS Dark did just get around Brian Burns there, too.
He's going to now set his eyes on Mathis and then set his eyes on BKT.
So Pacioretto also gets around Brian Burns. So Brian lost a little bit of pace, I guess, on the end of the
Brian, I expect Brian and Mathis to go to the end. The thing about it, these guys are going to have to pit and then make up maybe 20 seconds to them.
Yeah, I think Brian Burns actually has one of the better benefits there because his hards are only 9 laps, whereas Mattias is at their 12-lap old. So he's got a pretty good advantage there.
Now, if Jamie was to pit on these mediums, he'd come out in traffic. So Jamie's probably still trying to push to not have to come out in traffic.
Yeah, and he is still pulling away, so he's probably got a plan there. Oh, Brian Burns,
the 3-second penalty.
Rough. Let's see. Let's get a look at that. So Brian Burns does have 9 seconds. AMS Dark with 3. Mattias Dragon with 3. And then, of course, Beamer with 18 seconds worth of penalties there. So Yeah, BKT's looking pretty good. I would say even Mattias Dragon and Facciaretto now gets around.
Yep.
Mattias there.
Rocco is the next one to take on the hard comp. Actually, no, Rocco's on all cars himself, so Focus, which leading this race in the better part of the start of it, is just falling off on these mediums, on this set of mediums. I wonder if this set of mediums he just doesn't agree with.
Yeah. BKT still sticking with Beamer there, even on 15-lap old mediums.
BKT is going to sit in that DRS. He knows at the end he'll be faster. He'll be on the better compounded tires. Now, I think the mediums will come in around lap 18 to 20.
That sounds right.
The jammy BKT mediums. Everyone else, they can pit when they want.
Yeah.
Some of them may risk it to the end.
I know I would probably give it a try, depending on where I'm at.
I think
like Focus,
the
I
hards
would
have your best chance.
I think so too.
Because right now, if BKT and Beamer were to pit, they would come out about 17 seconds behind Mathis.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time to regain.
It is. Now, of course, they'll be moving a little bit faster, but they'll be in traffic, so.
That's still like 6 laps to make up 17 seconds.
Yep.
I think Mathis is in good spot for P3 here.
I think so too, as long as he doesn't get any more penalties.
Here comes the medium of the first set of medium. BKT and Beamer are gonna dive it into pit lane. They follow Jammy in. The leaders have pit. Here we go.
Let's see where Jammy comes out at.
Jammy's
There's a little bit
traffic.
of a gap right there.
Jammy's gonna come out behind. If none of those drivers pit, Jammy's gonna have to make his way to the field. AMS Stark takes the current lead of the race, but not, from what I understand, not the provisional lead. But we don't know. Will he stretch him? Right now, in my opinion, the lead of this race is Mathis.
I think so too.
Because the hards I know will go to the end.
Yeah, they may lose pace, but they're at the front right now.
Ooh, who wrecked? Jammy gonna spin it coming out of pit lane?
Wow, that's unfortunate.
That's gonna wear those softs way faster than he wanted to.
He's hanging on to it. It brought BKT much closer to him. So now BKT is only, what was
5 seconds versus 12.
Yeah, about 7-ish.
And then Beamer could serve the 5-second penalty, so he's going to be a little bit farther back. But Beamer's going to go back onto the softs. I forgot he started on mediums and then went to another set. So went to softs. So Beamer did medium, soft, soft.
Let's see. Look at the stops. That's right. Yep.
So Beamer's going to outwork his way back up to the field with that 5-second penalty served. If no one else pits, Jammy, BKT, and Beamer might have made a grave error not pitting in that first stint. Jammy's going to make a pass on Gibbs, new fastest lap on 10-lap old medium fastest lap ever.
Wow.
Facciaretto. So he still has pace. He is not driving slow laps out there in those 10-lap old tires.
And Amos Stark is right on him as well.
Good little battle for the lead now that they've made it past Mathis. Now, if they don't pit, these two drivers are looking good for your 1-2 finish.
Yeah, the question will be...
Jamie's got some work to do. Can Jamie get back to the field?
Yeah, it doesn't look as though Mattias is going to be able to stick with AMS Dark either. So he's just kind of got to hang on and can
those three hard
Facciaretto and
tires are just going to drive.
Yeah.
Just drive. Right now, if no one pits, the battle for the win is right here. But AMS Dark going to look around the outside through Cobb. Going to look for the switchback. Not going to quite get it. Going to follow him through Magnuson. Everybody's going to look for the overtake and Magnuson back. It's quite. He's just looking left, right.
Oh, 3-second penalty for Facciaretto.
Facciaretto's going to catch a 3-second. Does that only even them up, though? It does. They're now even at 3 seconds.
That's it.
Ooh, AMS
Dark gets around.
DRS going to make the overtake. That's to be expected, though, with DRS. Facciaretto probably didn't even fight it. Just let it happen on 8% ERS. Yeah, he's going to sit behind and just let the ERS soak back into him. He has 8%. If he's smart, he just sits behind him and lets that ERS. Am I? He's going to keep pushing. He keeps pressing the overtake.
Yeah, he didn't want that. Let
Maybe
that
he
get
doesn't
away.
think he has the pace. Maybe he doesn't believe that he has the pace.
Jamie just
but
made a
it's-
move on Tony Blackberry there for 8th. He is climbing back through.
Very well expected. I expect Jamie to fly through the field.
Fastest lap.
Is the field 28.2. That was equivalent to some people's qualifying laps, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Now, Jamie's got a lot of work to do, though. He's got under 10 laps to make up 20 seconds.
Yeah, he's got to hope a couple of these medium tire drivers have to pit.
Even getting to Brian Burns in them, it's still like 10, 15.
Yeah.
Mathis has gapped Brian by 2 seconds, so even if he gets to Brian, he's still going to make up time, and those softs will be old by that point. Can he do it? That is the story to watch throughout this race. Keep an eye on Jamie, BKT, and Beamer. Let's see how far they can get up to the field. BKT is on the rear
right
end
on
of
VP.
Can he make the overtake happen around the outside?
Oh.
Down across the start finish line. Still he's gonna go for the switchback.
Yep.
Guarantee it.
Beautiful.
Up the inside, gonna get the better
That's
line.
how you do it.
Backets are still too wide. No, he's gonna have it cleared. All right.
That was beautiful.
But that battle has brought Beamer right back up on the rear end of BKT. Can Beamer get around right here? But they're both gonna have DRS. If Beamer wasn't in range of DRS, that battling brought him though within range of it. Beamer's loving seeing these two fight in front of him.
I'd say so. It's definitely benefiting him. So Focus gets around Rocco there for 5th.
I wish I could see tire wear so I know if these medium drivers can do it. But Fattoretto's gonna get the lead back from AMS Dark. God, I want to go to the back,
Right
but the
on
leaders
him.
are just right here together. Still using the DRS, where AMS Darkest chose to save while in the lead at 40% versus 14. Little golden rule for Silverstone: never drop below 15, drop below 10% at Silverstone. It makes you so much slower. This is an ERS track, ladies and gentlemen. To be fast, you got to use ERS, but don't drop your battery to almost drain. You just leave you a sitting duck. As FRT Fattoretto was about to find out where AMS Stark is going to make.
Oh, he's pushing him right on the inside. Wow.
Little aggressive move down the inside, but AMS Dark, like I said, same compound of tires, same lap, but look at the ERS difference. That is what the difference maker there was. Fattoretto did not stand a chance on that straightaway.
Now, just looking at the timing board there, Jamie is catching up to Kale.
Oh, Jamie's going to get... I think Jamie gets back to top 3. I don't know if the first two guys pit, he's going to get there.
Right.
5 to go, he might not even get to Mathis. Oh, little loose coming through the final sector. Jamie is using all of his ERS though. 5% to try to keep
really
just doing everything he can. That spin out of pit lane is looking crucial because that cost him 5 seconds.
It is, and what he's doing here is he's trying to take advantage of these fresh softs. So while they're fresh, he's just gambling on using up all the ERS to take advantage. To really get around Kale.
ERS did not open. He was not within range quite yet, but look how much faster he is in a straight line.
Huge difference.
But Kale's going to let him through. Kale just let him through. He realized it's not his battle.
Yeah.
Kale says, I'm not trying to lose time to Tony and Gibbs. Actually, a very smart move by Kale just to let Jamie through.
I think so too. Conserve the tires.
It's not worth battling. Just get to the end. You're in the points.
So Fattoretto looking around. AMS Dark does make a nice clean move.
Jamie's going to catch Rocco and get by him in no time. Focus at Games has finally gotten to the hard top amount of tires. Runners. He's now in DRS. Jamie going to be looking for a move on Rocco also very well soon.
So Jamie got around, at least showing on my screen. Rocco.
Brian Burns is lagging. Or
yeah, so
Rocco.
It's Rocco. Rocco's jumping around, but no, Rocco is not. So Rocco is still up with Focus and Brian Burns, but the timing tables are.
No, what happened was I was watching Focus on my screen and Rocco was invisible, like ghosted lagging.
Right.
So Rocco was in front of Brian and then lagged back behind Focus.
Okay.
Which would have happened eventually. Inevitably, Focus would have got through them all. But now Focus is looking to make the move on Brian Burns. Jamie is on the rear end of Rocco. Focus is going to get around Brian Burns around the outside on the fresh mediums. Only 2 laps younger, though. It's not like they're crazy different.
Right.
The mediums can fall off sooner, and Brian Burns can get right back through him here soon. Notice, watch the timetables. Is Mathis starting to catch AMS Dark? And I feel like that time was a little bit farther before.
That's something to watch for sure.
Are the mediums falling off in the hards that can go this distance, starting to be the faster coming tire of the two? Meanwhile, Jamie is just
charging, but the timing table does keep going. It's hard to see how far he actually is from Rocco because the timing table is all over the place with Rocco.
Rocco was like blinking in and out of existence back there.
Yeah. We still got a pretty decent battle here. We got Gibbs and Tony Blackberry would be our other close battle, as you know, instead
outside
of
the leaders, of
1
course.
and 2 and 4 and 5.
There's the battle for third is heavily alive. Rocco gonna pick up a 3-second time penalty. Focus that game, gonna look around the outside of Brian. Oh, that was a lap car, Buell.
Yeah, so so Buell is getting lapped here.
Buell gonna let the field by. Good man. The leaders are. Did they just catch a lap driver of Anomaly? Yes. Which I wonder if Anomaly is an X driver.
Maybe.
Is it AI at this point?
So Gibbs falling back from Tony Blackberry. We got Brian Burns still right on the tail of Focus that game. And, of course, the 1-2 battle between Fetcheretto and AMS Dark
I would like
still
to
heated
point
up.
out a huge thing between those two. Look at the ERS difference.
On 1 and 2 or?
Yep, 1 and 2.
Yeah, huge. So Fetcheretto using a lot more ERS
He's
than AMS
pushing
Dark.
to keep him back. If I'm Fetcheretto, I'm letting AMS Dark by if he wants it on this straightaway.
I think so, too.
Follow him and regain ERS.
Yeah, and just stick with him.
And
you know what? I think AMS Dark is hanging back. I think AMS Dark
want it.
He does not want it.
AMS Dark does not want it. He knows what he's doing. He's going to overtake him second last lap or last lap with all the ERS in the world.
That's right.
Actually, around the outside. Never mind.
He's got a plan here.
He doesn't want it.
Nope.
You can tell it. He's keeping Fetcheretto scared, maybe into a mistake, or to keep burning ERS. He's making him use it without using his own.
Yep. So it looks also like Jamie, he's still gaining on Rocco, but not quite as much as he was before. So unfortunately,
That's false.
They're just not. The pace is already gone.
Like Beamer got past VKT and VPJP and gapped them quite heavily. Something must have happened there.
Yeah, VPJP's falling down.
Like I said, I wondered if the first pit stop on the first safety car, second safety car, I'm sorry, will haunt them.
I think so.
Because right now, Mathis is looking like a P4, P5 at the latest. Jamie's looking at P7, maybe P6, if he can get to Rocco.
So AMS Dark still just sitting, and it's hard to control the car right there and still play it safe and not hit the car in front of you. I think AMS Dark is driving a really nice, clean, smart race, and now he's getting around.
I was wondering what lap did he go? He's got
Does
45% ERS. That's enough. Noticing that Fetcheretto only has 13, he does not have enough ERS to keep up.
Focus gets around Mattias.
So Focus back into P3 after making a mistake in P1. Good recovery drive from Focus here at Silverstone. What is his penalties like, though? That's my question. 3 seconds, so he's fine.
Yep. The top 6 has at least 3 penalties there, so that's interesting. Jamie's the only one I'm showing that does not have a penalty in the top 10.
Jamie did get around Rocco. I'm wondering if Rocco's desync got him.
Yeah, it's been all over the place. It's hard to know exactly what's going on, but if we look at the track,
he's around.
I don't see Rocco. Rocco is behind him on track, so that's correct. Okay.
He did get around him.
It's hard to trust the timing board.
Will Burns try to go for an Mathis? He has been in DRS the entire time. He's just kind of been hanging out here. Focus is not pulling away from the hard compounded tires, though. He got around him, but they're sticking with him.
Yeah, he's not using too much ERS, it looks like, either. The one that's using all the ERS right now is Mattias. Brian Burns just started using his as well.
Happily in that DRS. He's just happily sitting there.
Yeah. Which is what I'd do. That's it. Gibbs
Good
still
recovery
working on
try.
Tony Blackberry back here. And will he get him around?
Ooh,
Not
a little
quite.
bit of, maybe a little bit. 70. Use that overtake, Gibbs. What are you? 70%.
He's saving it. Let's
2 laps
see.
to go. He's 6. Don't
Tony
save it
Blackberry has
anymore.
none.
Okay, you can stop using it now. You're not overtaking here, Gibbs. Out,
Let's
exit the
see.
magazine.
Coming up.
Make the overtake.
Ooh.
It's lap 26. Wait, lap 20 in the lead.
Is the last lap. Well, actually, I thought it just said 25, but I could be wrong.
No, we just switched to 26. They just.
There we go.
crossed
Okay,
the
they just passed the line. There we go.
So
So this is going to be the last lap.
7/10 back. VPJP another 3 second, or at least a 3 second time penalty. There's another. Still in DRS, but AMS Dark, like I said, is going to use all of his overtake that he saved up to just pull away ever so slightly from Factoretto. The only way Factoretto is going to get AMS Dark here is if AMS Dark makes a mistake, and AMS Dark is going to lead him down across the national pit lane for the first and the very last time, coming down through top. FRT Factoretto 7/10 back. Can he get him as they come through top for the very last time and here at Silverstone? Down through Maggots and Beckett's. No more. Remember, AMS Dark cannot afford a penalty here either. He's going to have to be safe. He does take the safe line. Factoretto's going to close in with another 2/10. He's 5/10 back coming through the last DRS straight. Does he have enough to get to him? I don't think he quite does. Tony Blackberry gets another 3 second time penalty. MS Dark gonna just hold on as they come through. Can FRT Factoretto make a lunge into the last chicane? He's only 2/10 back. Does he go for it? He's gonna take the peak now. He's gonna come through nice and clean. And it looks like AMS Dark is going to be your winner here at Silverstone for CRL Winter Race #1. Congratulations, AMS Dark. Followed by FRT Factoretto. Focus going to be the next one. Down across the line to finish off the podium places. Mathis going to come in P4, followed by Brian Burns, followed by Jamie. Great showing, but he's going to jump to 4th due to penalties. Great showing from Jamie there. And then Kyle going to be the next one across the line of P7. Like I said, him not battling.
Huge battle between Beamer and Gibbs right now.
Beamer and Gibbs, like Beamer has so many second time penalties. Beamer's just trying to do it for the on-track finish. Just Gibbs should not care. Hale showing 47.5 fast lap. That's not true. Tony Blackberry gonna jump Gibbs and Beamer due to penalties. BKT gonna come across the line here in P12. Then makes the Beamer penalties. Now
P10, there we go.
BPJP the next will come across the line in. What is he gonna get to do the time penalties? P13. That runs off the grid. What an amazing race here at Silverstone we had.
Yeah, that was a good winter test. I think I saw a lot of clean driving. Obviously, the reports will hopefully not correct us, but could. And Jamie with the driver of the day there.
Amazing battle for the lead all race long. Not one driver dominant. Jamie pulled away for a little bit, but everyone's earlier pit stops came to be the defeat of Jamie. F1. Good race still for Moon to come here in P4 from starting P17 after missing quali.
Well, and I think so even going back to the beginning of this, the quali format worked well, which is very encouraging. So on there, you've got the podiums: AMS Dark, Factoretto, and Focus at game. And you can see the 2 stops are the top 3 were 2 stops. The 1 stop there. 4, 5, and 6 also is good, and then everything else after that was just anybody's
You have
game.
to remember the hard stuff. The people who went on the hards outside of Jamie, they were running like P13 before that, though. That paid off tremendously.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this.
Mathis
so
qualified
show.
outside the top 10.
All right, let me go ahead and adjust this. We're going to show the results here. And did we want to do a podium interview here, Stars?
I know one of the podiums is Portuguese.
Okay. Well, maybe we can see if Gibbs can get in here and do a nice interview. So I've got the results on the screen there. Gotta turn this off because that's not correct. There we go. All right. And there we have it. So yeah, what did you think? What was your I think my most surprised thing there was, it's unfortunate, but BKT with the pit strategy, he had the chance to make it work, and he still brought it in. He started 8th, only lost 2 positions, but it could have been more.
That's what 50% racing does, though. It's at a split-second decision to pit or not to pit.
It's tough. But Amos Dark, I would also say he is a new
Dark
joiner, right?
Dark said he can do an interview if you want.
Well, let's do it. Let's see if he can come on in here. But let me see. I just want to see. I think he is new, right? Amos Dark?
Yes, he is driver DMB's friend, I believe.
Very quick. Very quick. Yeah, he's the one that came in right at the start of the race.
He was the one that I believe that made it to where we did full quality.
That's right. That's right. He's the savior of the format, of the test.
I was so happy because I was nervous when we saw 9 drivers this morning. I was nervous.
Yeah, it happens.
Welcome
People
in, Dark.
procrastinate. Hey, how's it going?
Good, you?
I'm doing good. So it was an exciting race. Obviously, you were a late joiner. You've never raced with Champs Racing League before. What's your thoughts on this first race?
Exciting. It was a really good race. Great fight with the Haas. Yeah, I'm glad the strategy worked because those hards did not feel good, even just doing 1 lap on them.
Yeah. Well, and we noticed too. We were talking about it on the broadcast there that you were biding your time on when to pass Facioretto there in the Haas. Did you have a specific lap in mind, or did you have a certain ERS you were trying to save up? What was your thought there?
I noticed his red light flashing. Obviously means he's under 10%. And I was already, I think I was on 60% by lap 24. I was just sat behind him saving, and lap 24 is when I wanted to go past because it means I have 2 laps to use on my ERS, and it worked in the end. Pulled away enough.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So I wasn't sure when you were going to make that pass, but 24 seemed to be the magic race pass there, and yeah, it was nice.
Now, when you pit under the, was it second or whatever the safety car was when you did pit, was your plan to go to the end the whole time?
Yes, it was. I was always going to go to the end on those mediums.
Okay.
I know.
I was wondering
pretty well.
I was wondering if you were going to pit again, or was it going to come into the top 3 who didn't pit? Like, did they just make a grave mistake, which it looks like they did?
Yeah. But yeah, I was always going to go to the end. My strategy was more tire saving because I know near the end the softs can die, especially if you do a 1-stop.
Yeah, for sure. So, you came in here. You race in other leagues. Do you want to plug your other league? I'm not sure. I can't remember what they said you were. What other league you race in?
MRL and PPR.
Very nice. Okay, so that's not a surprise there. Well, good job, man.
Those 2 leagues don't need a plug.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I will say, I appreciate you coming in because without the 16th driver, we would not be able to test out our system with the full quality. So you kind of came through and saved the day for us. So I appreciate you. Obviously, I'm not sure when they race or if you even have time to race in our league, but you're more than welcome to be a reserve driver, even if you want to get into Div 1 or Div 2. You're more than welcome. It looked like clean, fast racing, so we appreciate that. But either way, you came through for us today, and we appreciate it.
Of course, I appreciate you guys letting me race.
Sure.
Amazing race, man. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, thank you for letting me race again.
Yep. All right. Have a good one, man. I appreciate you coming in. All right. So Facioretto.
I don't think he speaks English.
Yeah, I would say like we could do an interview with Gibbs, but if not, we can get Focus in here. I know generally he's a man of few words, but we can see if he wants to come in and say something.
Focus typically declines, from what I remember.
Yeah, I think he's
always
done
like
one, but
I think he did one at the end of the season when he got P3 and Jim, whatever it was.
yeah.
I don't. I think that might be it. I don't think anyone else really wants to come in and talk to us.
Yep. Well, so for those watching, we will have some bots set up next time. We are going to be racing tomorrow, but that will be commentated by Mattias X Dragon, and it will be in Portuguese. So obviously, for any of our Portuguese speaking, I guess it'd be dual bilingual here if they can understand what I'm saying. But if you are tuned into that, we will be racing Stars FPS, me, Vince the Gamer. We will be commentating every Saturday for the Div 2 races starting next week, February 5th. So tune in for that. That's all I've got. What you got, Stars?
That's it. Be on the lookout for maybe one day, once again, anyone wants to cast in English here on this channel for Div 1. There is an open spot. If anyone wants it, please contact myself, Vince, Gibbs, or just join our Discord. Vince streams every weekend with plenty of links to the Discord. Please just get in contact with us if you have experience and want to do it. That spot is still open for Division 1.
That's exactly right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Congratulations to all the drivers. I think it looked pretty clean. There were definitely mistakes made, but I didn't see anything egregious, and that is beautiful to me. Thank you, Stars, and we will see you all next time.
See you guys.